We'll be back at 10:15. Thank you, Kevin. That was beautiful music, and I just welcome you back from your meditation. We'll be back in 15 minutes at 10:30 to start our live service. And so I invite everybody at home and here. This is a time when we do our meet and greet and just get to visit before service. So if you're at home, get yourself a beverage, get a snack, get yourself a comfortable seat, and we will be back for our service at 10:30. We'll see you then.
Oh. Good to go? Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you got no lights, check us in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead, the morning's looking bright, and your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write, and your husband wants to be a girl. That's fine, 'cause we don't judge. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you want to go where everybody knows your name, and we all know our names here. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia, California. I say to everyone out there and to everyone here, you know, I'm practicing this, so stay tuned. Good morning, or hello. Good morning. Good morning. I am Reverend Nan. We welcome you to our spiritual center. Good morning. So, as I've said before, my vision is to someday have someone here signing our entire service for those who require it. And I also have the vision of having a translating system where it would be translated live right here, music and everything, for people who are Spanish speaking to be able to have headsets and listen to everything right here in our center and have it streaming in Spanish over the live stream also. So we've got big visions here for including everyone. Last week we had this weird thing where we didn't have any power because of a situation with a fire next door at the furniture store. We are back this week with electricity. We still don't have heat, so you'll see everybody. Yes, praise be. You know, we tried to get a hold of everyone last week because we did do a Zoom service, but it was a little hard to get to some of the folks who, like you, are out there somewhere, and we couldn't reach you because we can't always know the folks who are all over the country that are watching this. So I'm sorry we weren't here, but by golly, we're back, and we're not going anywhere. So there you go. Is anybody here for the first time today? I don't think so, but we'll just check. Nobody's here for the first time. Well, we're all here for the first time, relatively speaking. Yes, ma'am. So, for the service, well, welcome. Welcome home. We've been waiting for you, Doi Doi. I'm so glad you're here. So, today we have a very special day, and so we're going to get started right away. We're going to be doing announcements, and I know we have to do happy birthday. It's birthday Sunday, March 6th. We've got cake, first Sunday of the month, and so hit it, folks. Let's sing. Any March birthdays? Let's do that first. March birthdays, wait a second. You know how to do that. March birthdays in here? Nope. If you have March birthdays out there, stand up. We're singing just to you. So get ready. Go ahead. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. To everyone. To everyone. Happy birthday to you and everybody else. Yeah. That's a wonderful thing. So Donna's going to start with some of our special announcements, and then I'll pick up with some of the rest of them.
So we do have really lots of things going on. So let's go to the first slide, because there's lots of things going on here in March. And this is happening Tuesday. What the symphony called us and said, we want to do a little recital with our concertmaster and our guest pianist who's going to be performing in their concert this Saturday at the Fox. They want to do this concert here because they're doing this project to bring back repressed music and composers that were hidden away and other things during the Nazi regime. So they're working on this project down at Colburn Music School, which is sort of the Juilliard of the West. They're both alumni of that school, and they're very involved. If you want to really see more, they have all kinds of videos.
Yeah, it is Tuesday. What?
The date is wrong. It is Tuesday. March 8th. Thank you very much, March 8th. Don't come tomorrow. We'll be tuning the piano tomorrow.
I was going to ask you about that. Super.
But it's just tickets at the door, $15. Anybody who's into classical music or history of music, I think it'll be a fascinating concert, and we're so excited to host them here. And then the next thing we're doing is we're part of the Arts Consortium studio tour. This is something they did every year until COVID stopped it. We were going to be in the show 2 years ago, just before COVID started, and canceled it. So the studio tour, there are going to be 18 venues in the north part of the county, Visalia, Three Rivers, and north too. And we're one of them. And Sharon Bannister is going to be in it with her plein air group. And Eva Nicholson is also going to be in it. They're going to be here painting. So you can see what they do. How they go along, their process. And I think it's really fun, and you can do that to all these other venues. And tickets are $20 for two. But because we're part of it, we can sell them for half price. So next week we should have tickets, $10 for two people to go to as many of these venues as you want on the weekend of the 26th, I always forget, 26th and 27th, the last weekend of the month. So it's a great thing. If you're into art at all, you want to pick the brains of these artists. How do they do these things? You'll get to do it. So, Reverend Nan, you can talk about the next things.
Well, I'll do that, Donna. Thank you so much. And yes, it is Tuesday night for the piano recital, so that's something important to know. So, what else have we got up there, guys? Oh, my stars and garters, it's Rudy Paris's concert coming up on Saturday, March 19th. It's at 7 p.m. here. At 5:30, somewhere in there, we should have the food truck out in the back, and it's the same folks, the Roots Jamaican truck, that were here for the Rosalinda Verde concert in November. And Everybody loved their food, and Rudy's going to be having a fabulous performance for us. You can get your tickets now at our center bookstore. They're on sale today, and they're also available through Eventbrite, and you can go to our website or our Facebook page and take a link to Eventbrite if you don't know how to get there. So get your ticket. It's going to be packed in here. He always sells out, and I understand it's fabulous. Do you have a clip, Dinah? Do you have a video clip that you wanted to show? Did you want to do that? Here we go.
Mom, Dad, Granddad, cousin, Aunt, two, taking out my uncle, sucking on a chew. Everybody sweating, pulling out the hose. Sweet corn smell going up my nose. Getting back, Cadillac, give a dog a bone. Running to my truck, gonna hit a hailstorm. Old man said, save all your dimes. We've heard that story too many times. With my family and friends all around me, with my baby looking good back at me. People, life's not bad when it's barbecue and mac. I salute this country freedom. People, come on down, there's a party out back. I'm gonna play my song, jump out of bed. I just paid my bills, now I'm ahead.
So that's a little
get my blues
preview
away.
of what you're going to get to see, and I understand he's quite the performer. He was previously a runner-up of pretty high up. I don't remember because I wasn't watching American Idol at the time, but he made it to the semifinals and everything, so he was on American Idol some seasons ago. Oh, The Voice. My apologies. Oh, okay. He took over from Buck Owens when Buck Owens passed on for the Buckaroos, and he's done a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so this is going to be the last time that he will likely be performing in the States. He's going on a European tour, so come on down, get your tickets, be here. You don't want to miss it.
Add one more thing, he does more than just country western. Like
Right.
He was here.
He's very versatile.
People would just ask for a song, and if he didn't know it, he just took out his phone and sang it.
Right.
He's amazing.
So for those of you who are out there who couldn't hear that, we're having testimonials from the audience about how fabulous he is. So never mind what all the details were here, because we've got lots to do in our service today. Just know that you're going to have a fabulous show. He's incredibly versatile. Everybody will have a good time. I'll be here, so I know for sure you'll have a good time. Never mind Rudy. There you go. All righty. So next Sunday at 12:30, we have the Explorers group, and that's going to be at the center and on Zoom, and they're looking at this book, After Jesus, Before Christianity, and they'll be discussing various parts of that. And then last time we were here, I said that we were going to be having a book of the month. Now we're in March, and our book of the month for this selection is Happy for No Reason, and it's now available in our bookstore at a slightly reduced price so that you don't have to pay tax, shipping, and you even get a little bit of a discount. So there you go. Every month I will have a new featured book that you'll be able to get in the bookstore, and some folks may want to start a little book club, little book group going on about talking about the book if it's of interest to them. Also of absolute importance is the board meeting today at 12:30 at the center and on Zoom. And so if you're not here, you can get on Zoom and join our board meeting from wherever you are, or if you're here and you're not part of the board, please feel free to stay as a visitor and know that it is a BORED meeting. So, that being said, it's really important, though. We do a lot of business. And next, we've got the painting party thing going on. We want to renovate the back hallway. We've got a bunch of people signed up for this. We're going to be getting that going in the next couple of weeks. We'll be calling you, and then there's lots to do, so look forward to that. And then I believe those are the announcements for today. So now I'd like to go to the inclusivity quote. Every week, our inclusivity and diversity team selects members of the team select a quote that is representative of inclusivity and also somewhat in alignment with the theme for our week. So this week, Bobby Levine selected this quote, and it's from Maya Angelou, and she wrote, "We need joy, as we need air. We need love as we need water. We need each other as we need the earth we share. So I want to say that during these times, this is one of the most beautiful quotes we could have selected for today. So you can take that one with you and keep it in your heart as you go forth today. And now I'm going to turn our service, this portion, over to Sharon. She's going to do our weekly affirmation and an opening treatment.
So let's just take a moment of quiet here. Take a deep breath. Feel supported in your chair where you are. I know that there is one power, one spirit that is everything that is. And I know that I am here to express that spirit in my own unique way. I know this also for every single person here and every single person everywhere. I also know spirit is good, all good. There is no other. Therefore, in my expression, I know there is good. And as I see this good, I recognize good everywhere. Each of us, as we recognize, remember who we are, that we are some part of spirit. We are some part of the good that is in this world. I know that when we recognize that good, we recognize our own happiness in that good. The good that we wish for ourselves, we wish for everyone. And I know that as we move along our pathway, that happiness comes to us through this good. It's up to us to remember who we are and that that good is ours also. I am so grateful for this truth. I release this word to the law, knowing that the good has already been given, and we recognize that in gratitude. And we say together, and so it is. And I will be available for a prayer in the room over there, if anybody would like one after the service. And thank you. Oh, I forgot all about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was supposed to come first. Anyway, now that we're all in a hopefully still quiet enough mood, I am having fun with the divine. And so it is.
We've got special stuff today. So our One Hope Choir is going to sing. And if you want to come up and get everybody together here in just a second, they're going to be singing. And then after that, we'll start our service with the new member ceremony. So get ready for that, because we have a couple of new members that attended the orientation last week, and we'll be welcoming them to our spiritual community.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry. Be happy. Every life you have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry. All right, come on everyone. Hey, don't worry, be happy. Somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry. Here we go. Excellent. Landlord said your rent is late. He might have to litigate, but don't worry. Here we go. Don't worry, be happy. Cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile, but don't worry. There we go. When you worry, your face will frown and never bring everybody down, but don't worry. Your turn, here we go.
Be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry.
Do you want to say just a word to the folks here, because we want more people in the choir here, and
Yes, please join the choir. I'm going to have a little list over there at the end of service. Write your name, phone number, and email down. And at our next practice, which should be very soon, we'll give you a call and let you know, and it'll be right here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Join
ma'am.
up.
I'm going to give you a minute to just a second to get the mics back where they belong. And then we'll begin our service part here. Well, kind of. I mean, the whole thing is a service, so it's all been going on here. But we have a special thing today where we are welcoming our new members. And I'd like to call them up right now. So Lisa and Kim, if you'd come up, since you were at orientation last week. Yay. Come on up. You don't have to stand down there. You know, this is a place where we all get to stand up. So there's this little thing that we do here. And so these are our new members. This is Lisa Laidlaw, that's right. I had to remember to see how it was printed. Lisa Laidlaw and Kimberly Bebo. And Lisa moved down here from Santa Rosa, where she attended the Center for Spiritual Living at Santa Rosa, but had never really been a member. So when she got here, she said, I'm doing this. Now, Kimberly is a practitioner up at Grants Pass. and she has transferred her membership to us and her practitioner's license, and she has joined our corps of practitioners. Yeah. And so we now have 3, and you'll be seeing her on Zoom remotely like I used to come in for service when she's on the podium every third Sunday. So we had a wonderful practitioner meeting yesterday, and it was fabulous. So now I would like to welcome you. Now, I have these things for you. And I need to say, this is the first time I've done this in a place, so stand by. I got to read the instructions. Actually, it's not instructions, it's a welcoming thing, and I don't want to miss anything. So, I just want you to acknowledge that you are aware of the rights and responsibilities of being a new member as established in our bylaws. And this is what religious science teaches, and our bylaws are in there that you looked at last week. And also there's a copy of the spiritual principles and practices and methods that we give to all new people. So, as new members of Center for Spiritual Living Visalia, do you promise to give of your time, talents, treasure, friendship, and love? All right. And now, do you, the congregation, accept and welcome these new members and promise to support them with your gifts of time, talents, treasure, friendship, and love? Yes, and so it is. Now, don't go anywhere. Now, this is where they have to play You Are the Face of God. Ah, the band forgot. Get it, Kevin. So, this is where we sing to you. You are the face of God. Go ahead. You all know this. We're singing to them. Come on now. What? Oh, is this the opening? Oh, well. Stand up, everybody. You are the face of God. I hold you close in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. Face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my fan of me. You are the face of God. Welcome to our community. Yay! This is so exciting. It's the first time I've gotten to do this as a minister, and I am so excited. And we have 2 wonderful new people. Oh my goodness, that was just beautiful. Now, thank you, Kevin. You pulled that one right out, buddy. I love it. This is why we keep him around, you know. So, good morning and happy Sunday, and oh my goodness, it's so good to be back in the sanctuary this week. You know, it was only a week that we couldn't be here last week, but it seemed so long because it was the Wednesday, and then it was this Wednesday, and then it was maybe by Friday. But here we are, and we are now in March already. And you know, I'm just amazed at how quickly the time has gone, this year even. And our theme for March, we've changed to a new month, so our theme for March is Living Everyday Wonder Play. Now, Spirit created each of us with an overflowing capacity for joy, balance, and freedom. Many times we have a human tendency to get caught up in the busyness of our lives and the world and other world events, and we forget to engage with these essential aspects of ourselves. Indeed, you know, the last week or 2 has brought before us visions so very serious and heart-wrenching that it is nearly impossible to consider play or anything that seems more lighthearted. However, in the very midst of that darkness and oppression, I observed on a news clip as the Ukrainian citizens fled to Poland that there was a gentleman at the border who was handing out toys to every child who came across the border. And I looked yesterday morning, I watched as the folks coming through, there were tables in Hungary and Poland where they could get food and beverages and medical needs, personal hygiene needs, and here were tables with toys and stuffed animals for every child coming across. So even during those times of stress, there were individuals, beings in those places welcoming these people who understood how important play was during a time like this of incredible change and stress for these children's. We forget that play is a sacred activity and that it's absolutely necessary for our complete expression in life. The most everyday of activities, in all of them, play connects us with a sense of wonder and creativity. It's healing to the body and the mind and the heart, and it connects us with others and inspires our greater yet to be. Now, you know, the talk title today that I had is Playing Twister with God, and that may seem really, really weird, especially if you have forgotten about the game of Twister. So, and even more importantly, if we have been taught to view life from very serious perspectives, and I know some of us were, and have been, and maybe still do. Well, Twister was a game of physical skill that was first sold in 1964, but it didn't become a success until Eva Gabor played it on the Johnny Carson show with Johnny Carson on May 3rd of 1966. And it's played on this big, huge plastic mat that's spread on the floor or ground that has to be even, and the mat has 6 rows of large colored circles on it with different colors in each row, red, yellow, green, and blue. And then there's a spinner, and the spinner tells players where they have to put their hand or their foot, and it was a phenomenon then, and it was then resurrected in 1984 with amazing success as a party game at that time. Well, it can still be found in most stores and online more than a half century later. Imagine that. Needless to say, it can be a bit challenging because the dots are random, as is the spinning, and so you may find yourself in awkward, stretched positions intertwined with other players as the game continues. Playing Twister, it's really important to get your foundations right, and you need the correct mat placed on a solid, even floor with bare feet, because slippery socks are not your friend in this game, I guarantee you. The same is true for building your spiritual foundation with Spirit and getting your spiritual foundations right, which means having a reasonable grasp of the basic principles of our teaching of science of mind. You know, we need to be open to the idea that Spirit is more than just a proper, serious, grown-up thing, that being spiritual is more than that. You know, in the Holmes papers, Ernest Holmes, our founder, wrote, God sings all the songs, dances all the dances, paints all the pictures, writes every book, and plays every game. There's no silliness that you can find outside of God. Now, sometimes we have this feeling or belief that connecting deeply with the divine can be really heavy work, and between prayer and meditation and contemplation and working really, really hard to look like serious spiritual people, who has time to play? I mean, you got to be serious to be a spiritual person. Well, we forget that joy and freedom are also spiritual qualities of the thing itself, God, Spirit, whatever we want to call it. When we play Twister with people, we intertwine and find ourselves up close and personal in all kinds of unexpected ways. And who hasn't dissolved in giggles when they found themselves face into somebody else's armpit while reaching for right foot on green? Okay, if you've ever done this, it's something. If you haven't, you need to get out and get one and just laugh your butt off. So, because you'll look at it and you'll go, I'm not getting on that thing. Anyway, Playing Twister with God is exactly the same. No matter what we think will happen, we are continually intertwining in unexpected ways with Infinite Spirit. You know, life changes, surprises, failures, wild successes all happen in the course of our life. As intuition feeds us the next step, left hand on yellow, the entire universe is swirling about us in a complementary dance, shifting us in a million tiny ways and holding us up at the same time. Nothing and no one knows us better. And as we let Spirit all the way in, we get to really experience it. Cultivating a life of joy involves making space for the play that lights you up, whether it's golfing or roller disco or painting or having an evening or a dinner with a really good friend. When we start the game, God always joins in. That's the key. We start the play, Spirit always joins in with us. The idea here is that the twister is always going to happen. The question is, are we willing to embrace the play? The game Twister is ridiculous, but no more so than the joy in the unfoldment of the absolutely innumerable ways with which playing Twister with God can delight and surprise us. As Ernest Holmes wrote, if we are to know God, a God of joy, we must be joyful then. So when we make space inside ourselves to really laugh, to live in the expression of joy, we are being our most spirit self. So the question is, are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to laugh? Especially now. Especially now, it is important for us to balance what we see with a firm and strong foundation in our spiritual philosophy and principles. There is only one presence, only one power, and it is everywhere. And that power is available to each of us, and we can use it for good. We can absolutely use it for good. And that means balancing our personal lives with joy and freedom so we may remain steadfast in encouraging and supporting others who may be facing challenges wherever and whatever they may be. I'm going to ask you a really simple question. What's your pain to pleasure ratio? And by that I mean, how much time do you spend steeped in the news, the fear, the suffering, the sadness of others that depletes your energy to the max and feeds your fears and feeds your sadness? How much time do you spend revitalizing yourself with lighter-hearted activities, spending time with people that make you feel uplifted, watching comedies, listening to music that brings joy to your heart, sharing meals with your friends or family that bring pleasure and laughter to the table? There is not 1 ounce of sadness or pain or fear that we feel that can change other people's lives. It is only when we understand that we have that power and presence for good and we can use it. And as we lift ourselves up into a place of light that radiates everywhere, and as that radiation spreads out of the light of us as individuals across the world, we are doing something of value. We are contributing, even if we're standing and sitting right here in Visalia with any of our own situations. So, this week, with wonder and joy and play in your heart, I invite you to explore the ways in which you can let the infinite spirit of joy into your life. Invite it in, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Invite it in. Find ways. Look, ferret them out, to be able to play, to be able to giggle, to have big rolling belly laughs, and to celebrate the unimaginable beauty of a life spent playing with the infinite. Quoting Victor Shamas, he says, "Play is a sacred act." Think of that. When we are playing, the essence of all creation flows freely through us. We are expressing our true nature and connecting with the very core of our existence. Nothing is more spiritual than that. So, be filled with joy, stand tall, live and laugh, and be filled with that spirit that is your natural birthright. And have just a light, loving, happy week. I invite you to do that. And so it is. And you know, I always cap my message with a prayer. And today, I'd like to offer this prayer that was written by our founder, Ernest Holmes. It's a prayer for world peace, and I think it's appropriate. And Dr. Holmes wrote, "I declare there is but one mind, which is the mind of God, in which all people live and move and have their being. I declare there is a divine pattern for humanity, and within this pattern there is infinite harmony and peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness. I declare that the mind of man, being one with the mind of God, shall discover the method, the way, and the means best fitted to permit the flow of divine love between individuals and nations. Thus, harmony, peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness will be experienced by all. I declare there shall be a free interchange of ideas, of cultures, of spiritual concepts, of ethics, of educational systems, and of scientific discoveries, for all good belongs to all alike. I declare that because the divine mind has created us all, we are bound together in one infinite and perfect unity. In bringing about world peace, I know that people in all nations will remain individual, but unified for the common purpose of promoting peace, happiness, harmony, and prosperity. I declare that deep within every person, the divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. And I now declare that in each person and in leaders of thought everywhere, this divine pattern moves into action and form to the end that all nations and all people shall live together in peace, harmony, and prosperity forever. And so it is. Amen. And now I want to say that we are doing this piece of music in solidarity with every other center across this country and around the globe who are playing this at their services today, to recognize the world that works for all that we know is possible, as Dr. Holmes wrote in his prayer.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions.
I wonder if you can.
No need for greed or hunger.
A brotherhood of man.
Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Yes. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Now it's time for our conscious giving affirmation. Thank you so much. That was just beautiful. And we know it's true. So our conscious giving affirmation, I invite each of us, this is the time when we give our gifts, our gifts of treasure. We all give gifts of time and talent, and those are so important and so very welcome. And I know that in this center we are so well blessed by all the giving consciousness that exists. So if you'd like to take your gift, place it in your heart. If you're at home, you can push your donate button on the website or on the Facebook page and take your gift and just hold it by your heart and say with me, I am a pipeline for joyous abundance, and it flows through me as I share with love. Let's say it together again. I like it. I am a pipeline for joyous abundance, and it flows through me as I share with love. And so it is. So if you'd like to do that, I know that as these gifts are collected, we are so blessed by them. I know that they come from the love of pure spirit that moves in and through the hearts of everyone here in our center and beyond. We've been so blessed to have conscious giving that lifted up this center and kept it through so many times that have been challenging in the past years. And yet, love prevailed. Love always prevails. I know this without hesitation. Thank you. And so I receive these gifts, and I bless them, and I give thanks for them. And I know that as I receive them, they do good work here in this center. They do good work in our community, and they go out and do good work in the world. And so it is. And now, here's the time for our peace song. So what we all do, and to the extent that you are comfortable being in a circle and holding hands, please do that. If you're not, you can stand or be wherever you would like, because the bottom line is, regardless of restrictions or non-restrictions or modified anything, we want everyone to be comfortable with their feeling of safety here in this center, for whatever reason. For everyone. All beings, all sentient beings are safe in this center. Stretch. Stretch, Anoop, stretch. There you go, look at that. There's always a way. All righty. I'm so happy that there's so many people here this morning. It's so good. Hit it, boys and girls.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Oh, yes, it has. Right here and spreading all out across the world and the globe. So, this is the time for our strange little benediction. I hope you enjoy it. Stay there. Just get back in your place, please. So, if you're up to it, repeat after me. Some of you who've been here, some of you who haven't. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Now, life is in my mind. And life is in my body. And it's in the body of my affairs. I think it. And I feel it. And I love it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a wonderful, joy-filled week, everyone. Laugh, be happy. We'll see you next time. Oh, stay for cake. We got birthday cake. Birthday cake.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if I go too fast.
Something like that. Yeah, I think I can pull it off.
Fast or go too far?
Too fast. His life is just a